Hi guys, my name is Tajuana Hammonds. In case you didn't know, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to begin speaking with you guys. I know Instagram is getting you guys notified to let you guys know that I'm on live because I have had an experience, okay? I have had an experience today. I don't know what's going on in the atmosphere, but it must be something amazing. So I want to let all my ladies know that if you have been experiencing a hell of a week or a hell of a month, let's just go back and just shame the devil, tell the truth. Let's talk about a hell of a month. If you have been experiencing a hell of a month, I just want to let you know, I'm putting you on notice right now to let you know to jump and shout and just praise God, because your breakthrough, you are in it. It's not coming, it's not on its way, you are in it. Because every time there is situation after situation after situation, something great is about to occur. And that is what has been going on for the last few months. It has been some things going on. And I just want to let you know that you're not by yourself, okay? You're not by yourself. Today, I decided I was going to get on here and I was going to talk about some things that was just really near and dear to my heart, guys. And what I mean by near and dear to my heart, there is certain things that I don't really express about really my why and why I started the Genesis hair care line all the way. Okay, we always have this portion in our life where when we begin on this whatever journey, entrepreneurship, having a product, starting a launch, having a business or many businesses, because some of us are serial entrepreneurs. I know myself, I do quite a few things, but hair care is something that's near and dear to my heart because I've been in the beauty industry almost 20 years. I've been in the beauty industry almost 20 years, and I've owned a hair care line since really it started in 2003. Didn't really get that deep into it until 2009. And I have never looked back, and that has been the joy of my life. But I just want to kind of get into my why on why I really decided to go into the natural hair industry on the side of the products, okay? Now, many of you know, and some of you don't know. It just depends on where you are. If you are a consumer, or if you are a product owner, or if you are a salon owner, or if you own a barbershop or something like that. Many of you know that retail, okay, let's just be honest, guys. It is $1 billion industry. It's $1 billion industry, but only if you have something to sell, okay? It is not $1 billion industry if you're just doing it with no regard, okay? Because it's only so long that you can actually stand behind the chair. So you have to kind of broaden your horizons and just think a little bit deeper in where you want to go and what your real purpose is, because we have many different platforms that we go up into in the beauty industry. But I'm going to get into my why of why I started the Genesis hair care line. Many years ago, I went through a transition, and my transition really was I had locks. I had long locks, and I had them for 12 years. As a matter of fact, I had 2 sets of locks. And so with me having locks, I had not used a comb or a brush in a very long time, guys. And so I really wanted to change up. I wanted to change up my look. I wanted to change up my style. I wanted to be able to comb my hair. And that was something that I was not able to do for a long time. So ladies, sometimes we just want to just funk our hair out or wear a fro or do something of that nature. And if you're confined, which I don't really consider having locks confinement, because you can do all type of styles to your actual locks. You just can't comb them. You cannot use a brush or a comb. Well, you can use a brush. I used to brush my hair all the time, but you cannot comb the hair itself, okay? So what I am saying with that is I miss that. I really missed that, and I really wanted to do something different. Plus, that's what I was known for. I was known for the young lady that did locks. So when guys would see me, if women would see me, they would say, what's up, Dread? Or, and it just became to me like a stamp. Like I couldn't do anything else. Like that was it. That's what my, my symbol was, my status to the beauty industry. And I wanted to kind of get away from that, break away from that. So I felt like I had to do something different. And we all know that if you want something different, sometimes you have to step out there on faith and you have to do something different. So that's what I decided to do. I got up the courage. It wasn't just about my outside, but it was about my inside, my inner strength of confidence and reassuring myself that I could go forward and change some things that needed to be changed. And so that's what I decided to do. I let go of some things, and it started with a haircut. It started with me cutting off my locks and just going forward in life and, doing some different things. But in the midst of that, I can honestly say I probably was maybe natural for maybe about going into roughly a year. And I would feel things like I would have soreness in my scalp. My scalp would be tingly, and sometimes it would itch really bad. And I could not understand for the life of me what was going on, but I knew my scalp would be really, really, really sore. And it would just be right in the crown area where it was really, really sore. And I really wasn't too thrown back with it, and I'm just going to be honest. I wasn't too thrown back about it. I wasn't in this place where I was like, oh my God, why is my hair so sore? It was, in my mind and my thoughts was, hell, you hadn't used a comb in 12 years, what wouldn't be sore? If you started combing your hair and brushing your hair and massaging your scalp and different things, you would have some type of sensation. That was my thought. But guys, I'm here to tell you that it was something bigger than I could have imagined. And it wasn't until years later that I was able to really, really understand what had happened with me, what I had experienced. And I was experiencing something, and you really don't want to put a title on something unless you have been diagnosed. So I am not a doctor, guys. I am not a dermatologist, nowhere near it, okay? But I'm going by and telling you from my own personal experience what I dealt with, okay? And what happened with me and how it was all turned around. So I'm going to discuss with you CCCA, which is central fungal alopecia. It's another word, but I can't pronounce it. So hold on, okay? But it is CCCA, guys. And that is another word. I have my notes here. So if you guys see me looking down, just know that I'm looking at my notes because I want to give you some information because I did some research and I decided, hey, let me tell this story. Let me give you guys some real truth, some real information. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you joining me. And tonight I'm talking about the hair challenges that I personally experienced and why I decided to start the Genesis hair care line. And tonight what I'm talking about is CCCA, which is central fungal alopecia. And that is the symptoms I had and basically the cause and the solution. Because I want you guys to know that it is not the end all be all if you hear anything about having alopecia, okay? But what I want you guys to know is understand the signs and what happens and why sometimes these things happen and can it be avoided? Well, I can tell you how it can be fixed if your hair follicles are not dead. Okay, so let's just start there. If your hair follicles are not dead, then your hair can grow back, but you have to take different steps to have that happen. Okay, you have to take different steps. And so with this, alopecia is a form of scarring. Alopecia is a form of hair loss, permanent hair loss. Okay, scarring means it's not going to come back, okay? And what begins to happen is you're experiencing tingling in your scalp, in your crown area. Your hair is shedding and it's breaking in that spot. And you know, being a hairstylist for so many years, guys, you've always been able to, a hairstylist will go inside a salon, and you know, her client may be experiencing something, because this is what we were taught. Okay, so if you don't know anything different, you're going to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. You hear it so much to where it becomes normal. But if you never stop and do any research or find out why, you continuously tell other people the myth or the lies that you thought were true. So I'm here to correct the myth and the lies so that we can finally get to the bottom of the truth, because we want to blame one area of things, which it is a cause. You can develop a lot of different issues from having relaxed hair. Okay, but you also can have a lot of different issues when you have natural hair as well, if not taken care of. That's with anything you don't take care of, guys. And I want you to be open and aware of that. And I may get some backlash on it, okay? Because when you are natural, we're so pro-natural that we don't stop and really look at some people that went natural. They didn't have the same issues that other people had with having a relaxer. Some women I know, their hair was fine. Their hair grew, it was healthy, it was strong, and they did not have a problem with relaxers, okay? For me, even when I had a relaxer, even when I was natural, I would experience breakage in the top of my crown. So automatically you would hear, oh, that's your stress point. You're just a little aggravated. Yeah, okay. Well, why is my hair just breaking off in that area? Am I only stressed to where it just go to the middle of my scalp? You know, like, come on, we have to get better. And so as time go on, we keep hearing that same thing. But I'm here to tell you that if you are experiencing certain things, if you're experiencing soreness in your scalp, if you are experiencing breakage, constant breakage, okay, in your scalp, that even when your hair grows, it grows different from the rest of your hair, then there is a problem, there is an issue. And I want you to be aware of that problem and that issue. I don't want you to just sit back and just kind of like, it's okay, because it's not. That means it's something going on. It could be something going on internally that needs to be fixed through vitamins, through going to see a dermatologist, finding out the root layer of what's going on. And those are the things that will help you if your hair has fallen out, begin to fall out, or if you're just experiencing the symptoms. You can kind of grab that situation and take it, you know, take it forward and go get a solution for it by doing certain things. So let's just talk about the situation as far as permanent hair loss. Relaxers, yes, again, relaxers, what happens is you're relaxing your hair, So by you relaxing your hair all the time, what happens is the sensation, you lose sensation, okay? So you don't really feel the soreness, because the sensation is kind of what it's called is you've built up an immune system. You've built up a numbness on your scalp because you're getting a relaxer. So it was probably sore all the time, but you never noticed it because you had a relaxer and it was basically dormant, so you couldn't feel anything. But after you begin to stop getting relaxers and you become natural, you realize that your scalp is alive. It is alive. You have nerves and all tendons and all kind of things in your scalp. So your feeling is you're going through basically a metamorphosis. You're going through an awakening in your scalp. You're beginning to feel where everything else was dormant before because of the relaxer on your hair. So when you become natural, you're feeling everything. So now you're feeling the soreness where you didn't feel it before, and you're looking at, okay, like for me, I had locks. I'm thinking, oh, I haven't combed my hair in years, so that's why I'm experiencing this. But it had nothing to do with me not combing my hair, guys. I was experiencing these type of symptoms because there were issues, okay? There were issues. Now, central. What is central? The system that starts at the scalp, in the middle, in the top of the hair. That is the central, okay, guys? This is the central. This is the area that's starting to be sore, itchy, dry type of feeling, and always breaking. And when it breaks, it's not just a regular break. You can tell the difference. You could tell something is wrong because in that particular area of your hair, it's like really brittle and it's different from the other textures of your hair. And some people are not a texture person, but I believe in textures because you'll know the difference. When you know the texture of your hair, you'll see if something is off. So the best thing for you to do is learn yourself. Learn your hair, learn your body, learn everything that talks to you, okay? Because you want to understand what is really going on. So you have to be careful to pay attention because our body talks, our hair talks. We are experiencing a lot of different things that will help you along your way if you take your time to listen to yourself, okay? Thank you for the love and thank you for joining me, Miss Mimi Fox. I appreciate you jumping on this Instagram Live tonight. And what we're discussing is your hair challenges that you are facing even when you're natural. We're discussing CCCA, which is a form of alopecia, and we're going in depth on is there a cause and is there an effect? And what I'm talking about is the cause of it, and we're going to get to the solution of it. So I'm going to go to central fungal. And central fungal, that means the system has spread it outward from the center. And some people, you can really see their symptoms. Some people, they have slower symptoms than others. Some people, you just see, it goes from a little tingling, a little breakage, and then it may go to some shedding. And some people may get a full all-out hair loss experience, okay? And normally if it's bald in that area and it's no fuzz or anything, and it spreads and spreads and spreads, that's when it's a situation where it's scarring alopecia. And once you receive scarring alopecia, then now you're looking at something different. Now you have to take a different approach. Now you have to go in depth. Now you need a dermatologist. Now you need to speak with someone to take you to that next level. A normal hairstylist cannot do it. A normal hairstylist cannot treat it. And you can't do this alone. Okay, ladies, you cannot do it alone. So what I want to let you guys know is that if you are experiencing these type of things, please don't feel like you're alone, because you are not. It's millions of women, Black women, are experiencing this, and some of them are experiencing this in silence and don't talk about it. But I'm here to tell you that this is something that needs to be talked about, because it happens, ladies. It happens. And if you don't talk about it and you don't seek and search out information to help you, then you're going to get that full all out scare. Like you're going to feel overwhelmed, like you're all by yourself. But I'm here to tell you, you are not. There are some things that you can do to treat this situation, okay? If you don't have scarring alopecia, if you're just going through different symptoms, there are things that can change and revert back and have your hair to grow back. So let's move a little forward, okay? The central blah, blah, blah. This right here is a word out of the world, okay? But it's CCCA TRICAL, guys, okay? So I had to spell it for you because I couldn't hardly pronounce it. But that is another word for scarring, okay? That's another word for scarring, because I want to make sure you guys get this. I just don't want to come on here and give you something halfway. I want to make sure you get this. And this is another word for scarring. And then, of course, alopecia. Alopecia is hair loss. It's hair loss. But what I want to let you know is don't allow the word alopecia to scare you, okay? Like it's never coming back, because that's not the case. You first have to, when you find out and you know for sure these are the symptoms and this is what is going on with you. You as an individual, not you and your whole family, and not because your mom or your grandmother experienced this, because it's not necessarily something that is generational. It may not be, but the best thing for you to do is find out what's going on with you. What's going on with you, okay? So that's what I want to talk about. But what I do want to let you guys know is that tingling feeling and that soreness that you're feeling is inflammation. It's inflammation on top of the scalp. It's inflammation that's in your body. It's inflammation. And can you get rid of inflammation, guys? You can. We go and we get things to be removed for inflammation in our bodies all the time, okay? When you see swelling and redness, that's inflammation. Well, that's what you're experiencing in your crown area. So if you notice these things, now you have something to work with. Now you have something to think about. Now you have something to find out a solution for. So that means not ignoring it, not wearing a sew-in, not going to get some extensions, but dealing with the root cause and going forward, finding out what you need to make your hair grow. Because what I want you guys to know is wearing a sew-in, it is amazing. I love them, okay? I love them. Wearing extensions, I love them. I'm the queen of braids, okay? I wear braids all the time. I love to try different things. I've been in the beauty industry, like I said, for almost 20 years. But what I want to let you guys know is when you have a problem that's on the surface of your own natural hair, you have to deal with it. Because if you do not, any tension that you put on top of that area will cause it to break more. It will cause more inflammation. It will cause more breakage. It will cause more brittleness, and then you'll get to the point where you will lose that hair in that area. Okay, you may be only experiencing symptoms, and next thing you know it, the hair is gone. So I want you to be mindful. I want you to open up your eyes, and I want you to understand what's going on when you feel these type of things. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the next thing. Okay, the proper name for hair loss. In the early stages of it, a lot of things can be prevented. Okay, you can slow it down, okay? And what I mean by slow it down, you can get treatment for it. You can get treatment for it, but it's early signs of detection. You have to listen to the signs, the warning signs that something is going on. Those early signs, okay? So be aware of that. The soreness, the itching, the burning in the middle of the scalp, those are the signs, all right? Those are the signs. Okay, moving forward, I don't want you to feel, like I said, I don't want you to feel helpless or overwhelmed, okay? Now, when it comes down to products and repair, okay? If you are in the early stages and your hair can grow back, then what you want to do is make sure you're using combinations of things to layer your hair, because one cause of hair loss and hair breakage we know is dryness. Guys, when you are natural, your hair is so dry, and it's so important that you are using products not just to define your curls, okay? But you are using the right system in place to bring up your moisture content. You are using conditioners, okay? Great, rich conditioners, because of the texture of your hair, especially if you're 4C. You need more conditioning agent in your hair than other people do. And that's what I want you to be aware of. Conditioner, guys, is your best friend. Conditioner is your best friend. And the Her Wisdom Buttermilk Conditioner is an amazing conditioner, okay? Do you have to get the Her Wisdom Buttermilk Conditioner? You do. No, I'm just joking. But you have to get rich blends of great conditioning agents that's going to help build up that moisture content by a layering process. That means you just don't do the styling gel, okay? Just don't do the styling agent. Just don't do the styler just by itself and think that you're going to get great results. Because I personally don't just want to define my curls in my hair. I actually want my hair to grow. And my hair has been growing and growing and growing since I really discovered what I was experiencing. And at first, it was all about the style for me. I wanted curls, I wanted bounce, I wanted everything everybody else had, okay? And a lot of times we want what other people have. Tell the truth, okay? You want what somebody else have as far as a hairstyle. But ladies, those hairstyles may not be good for you. Those hairstyles may not be conducive to your hair type and texture. It may take you a little bit more. You might need to have a little bit more oil in your hair than your cousin Nancy does, okay? Let's just be real. We don't all have the same type of texture. when you're using your shampoos. Shampoo. Now, do I believe in the lock method? I do. And I do the lock method myself. Okay? So I prep my hair, I oil my hair, I co-wash my hair. But guys, I still use shampoos because you don't want to clog up your pores either, to where the hair is being stained by all the oils that's put on your hair. Then if your hair is stained and you're using so much oil, guess what? Your pores are clogged. So that means your hair can't breathe. So that means the hair is not growing from out of the hair follicles, okay? So I want you to be aware of the things that you're doing, and just take 5 minutes, just 5 minutes to think. You may hear a lot of things because there's so many different things out here about hair care products, and different things like that. But I want you to be aware of people that can teach you the proper maintenance on how you take care of your hair to have healthy hair growth and a healthy hairstyle. Healthy hair growth and a healthy hairstyle. Okay, so I want you guys to remember that. Don't do one without the other. I just want all this hair and then you don't style it, you just put it in a ponytail. And then on the other hand, don't just want to style your hair and don't care if it grows. I had a conversation with someone, and I just want to share this with you guys because I think it's very important that we think about these things before we wear protective styles, before we do any type of method as far as 2-strand twist, all these type of things. You have to sit down and figure out what type of hair you have. Is your hair more dry? Is it more coarse? Are you experiencing more shedding than normal? Okay, during the seasons, when the seasons change, our hair and our body, that changed too. And a lot of times we don't look at that. We're just off to the next thing or the next things that we hear. You have to be very aware of yourself. Okay, you have to really get in tune and in touch with yourself and what your body is experiencing, guys. Very, very important. I'm going to say that again. Be in tune with yourself and what your body is experiencing, because if you know this, then you can look at the fact of what your hair is experiencing and you can use the right type of products. Okay, now in the winter months, of course, in the winter months, your hair is going to be even more dry than it is. And some of the things that really, really help transition you in the winter months is not wearing a lot of wash and goes, but things that's going to seal in the moisture, a lot of protective styles, a lot of 2-strand twists. If you're experiencing any type of soreness in your crown, you want to stay away from a lot of updos, okay? Because the updos, you're actually putting tension in that area. Okay, so you want to let that area breathe. Now, one other huge thing I want you to understand is, ladies, stay away from hooded dryers. Okay, stay away from hooded dryers. Now, if you do use a hooded dryer, don't come for me. Do not come for me. Okay, if you do use a hooded dryer, ladies, make sure at this time you pull your hair up, especially when you're experiencing these type of symptoms with dryness, soreness, and brittle and breaking. You want to make sure you are pulling your hair up. And the reason why you want to make sure you're pulling your hair up is because that direct heat is going to be in that area, and your hair, you're already experiencing inflammation. Okay, so you want to make sure that's covered, but you're going to do that if you're under a hooded dryer. What would my suggestion be? My suggestion would always be to use a steamer, a hair steamer, guys. A hair steamer is something that's going to actually open up the cuticles in your hair and let the conditioning agent seep down in so that that moisture content can begin to build. And then you go through the process of a layering system. Once you go through the layering system, now you got products on your hair that's building up that moisture content, and your hair is no longer dry. But when you are placing your hair, inflamed and dry hair, under a hooded dryer for any amount of time, you're baking products, you're baking conditioning agents on top of the hair because it's nothing opening up. So I want you to be mindful of that. You're actually taking products and baking it on top of your hair. It's never seeping through inside the cuticles. And now you're going over and you're washing it out. And the product is rinsing down the sink. And you did not solve a problem. You did not get moisture in the hair. You're not going by the layering system. You're not doing those things. So you have to be aware that you need whatever you're using or whatever you're doing. Even if you're wrapping a hot towel around your head, you want to make sure those cuticles are open so the conditioning agents that you're using can be beneficial. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you guys. I'm not going to go on too much further, but I will have a blog post on www.genesishaircare.org talking about this particular topic and some information and also some solutions that you can actually get done to your hair to make it grow, and the different products you can use as well. Okay, so I just kind of wanted to get on here and talk about the fact that yes, I'm natural, but my hair still go through hair challenges. I still face damage, but there's things that I can do to bring up my moisture content. There's things that I can also do to prevent certain things from going forward. Like I can prevent my hair from just totally breaking off if I can find out what I have from the beginning. But if you don't take the time to find out, you won't have the answer on how to prevent it or how you can get your hair grown back. And you can grow your hair back, guys. This was the whole point. I wanted to share with you that if you are experiencing these things, your hair can grow back, because mine did. I had that experience and I had a sew-in because I love them. And I lost the top of my crown. And at the time, I did not know why. I had no clue on what happened to my hair. Did not know I was experiencing these things. But then as time went on and I would hear other women talking, or other women would come and sit in my chair and they were having these experiences, I began to look and say, oh my God, that's what I was going through. And so that's how and why I developed the Genesis Hair Care. I developed the Genesis Hair Care for hair growth, healthy hair, and curl definition for women that are 4C texture. I believe in making sure that you have the healthiest hair, whether you have a relaxer or you have relaxed hair or natural hair. But either way, make it healthy. Just make it healthy. If you know you are experiencing hair challenges and you have hair issues, seek out the proper information that will help you get over it. Okay, ladies? It is not the end all be all. You don't have to be sad like your life is over, but one thing you don't want to do is have to wear extensions, have to wear a sew-in. Okay? These are things that you want to do, not have to do. And I promise you, if you follow these steps and you sit back and watch what happens, and you layer your hair and you use the proper product for your texture, which is the Genesis Hair Care product line. My suggestion to you, when you're using any product, especially a natural product, use a system that's proven, tested, and actually is doing it, because that's why I created the product. I created Genesis Hair Care because of my own experience with hair loss. Okay, that's something I don't normally talk about, but I feel like it is an epidemic of women losing their hair, guys, and they're trying to find product after product, and it's not a lot out here that are made for our hair type and texture. Especially there's not a lot of product that was geared towards actually bringing that moisture content up in the hair, but this product was developed for just that because it was developed for me. Yes, so it's been tried and tested and proven, because my hair grew back. My hair grew back, and I have customers that are near and dear to my heart. Their hair grew back too. Their hair grew back and they were devastated. They were going through so many different challenges and so many different changes, and they were basically keeping it a secret, or they didn't want to look at what was really going on with their hair. They didn't want to recognize that they were having a relaxer and they were having basically about 5 strands of hair on top of their head, and they didn't want to let go. sometimes we don't want to let go because it's a change. We don't like change. We don't know what's on the other side. But I'm here to tell you, when it comes down to having something different, guys, and wanting something different, you have to first make that change. You have to be willing, you have to be open. And if you are these things, I guarantee you this product will change your life because it changed mine. Okay? So I'm here to tell you, thank you for coming on and joining me. Thank you for giving me so much love. And I really appreciate you guys. And for my replay listeners, make sure you go to genesishaircare.org. And this blog post will be out by Friday. Okay, this blog post will be out by Friday, guys. So make sure you come. It will be a link in the Instagram bio. So make sure you guys check it out. And for all of you that missed me live, make sure you watch the replays, tell a friend, and if you can, tag a woman that you know need to hear about this information, and then send them to the Genesis Hair Care line, because you know that the co-founder have actually had that experience as well. So I just want to let you guys know you're not alone. Some things can happen, and you can change your mind, you can change your hair, you can change your attitude, and you can go forward and be fierce. So thank you again, and I'll talk to you soon with another hair chat. Bye. Hello. If you're watching this video, that means you decided to click the button below that said you wanted to get to know me a little bit better.